Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxruk.
Miss Gemma Richardson, my goodness, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
You look really well. I have never seen you out of a tracksuit apart from
I know.
like on
I put the hair down. I made an effort.
Very, very nice as well. So, how is life treating you in quarantine?
Do you know what? I'm like, it's all right. My whole family is still working, so it's only really me that's not really doing much. I'm not a GB now or anything, but I'm still getting my training in and not doing too much, but just taking over and doing what I need to do. And then, just getting on with it, really.
How difficult is that though, from going from a routine to literally like, oh, I can do what I want when I want?
Yeah.
Because you won a line late early hours of this morning.
Yeah. It's been hard because I'm so used to obviously being at GB, having like set times, and I was getting ready for the nationals as well. So I was training quite hard because the nationals was coming up, and I was like dieting, and had getting up at 7 to run, and now I'm just getting up at like 10 to run, going to bed when I want, making sure I'm training, but just being more laid back. And I think it was quite hard at the start just to get used to it, but now I'm finding it all right. I'm getting on with it.
Is this the first time, Gemma, that you've able to sort of take your foot off the gas a little bit? And like you say, you're training, but you're like, do you know what? I might stay up tonight.
Yeah. I think for so many years, I've been the girl that's always been, I'm one of them panickers. So if I'm not doing everything with routine and like this time's this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to train this hard. So it's been nice to, just take my foot off because I haven't done it for a while. And it's been strange, but I'm enjoying it. I think I'm enjoying it.
Good. So let's talk about the last time I saw you. You were, it was about nearly a year ago. It'll be a year next month, you know. Wow.
It's quick.
I know.
It feels like, it feels like yesterday when you came. It don't feel that long at all.
Yeah. But since then, obviously you have, not a surprise, but you've had the GB call up. Talk to me about, is it are you on the, is it the podium development squad, or are you on the
podium potential? Yeah.
Potential.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 levels, isn't there? There's
development, podium potential, and podium. So,
yeah. So who do you have to knock off the top to get into that podium squad?
There's quite a few girls at my weight. So obviously Caroline, who's off to the qualifiers, and Shona and Paige. So there's quite a few at like my weight that are on podium, have been on, like Shona and Paige have been on GB for a couple of years now as well. So, but I'm good friends with them all as well. So do you know what? Like, I have a laugh, and I'm not too bored. I don't want to rush my time on GB. I want to take it steady. Like I want 2024. So for me, I don't need to be on podium straight away. I've got time to build up to that.
Yeah. So talk to me about, obviously we in the game kind of knew you were going to get on the squad, but just what was it like to get that letter saying you're in?
I remember when I found out, I was on a run. So I was running and I got a phone call from my dad, and I was like, because he was at work, and I was like, it's not, my dad doesn't normally phone me when he's at work. So I answered it, and I was like, you're all right. I was like, do you want to wait till I finish my run? He was like, no. He was like, I've had an email off GB, you're on the team. And I just stopped, and I was like, because the time I got on, I wasn't expecting to get on because I was still a youth, so I wasn't even a senior yet. And normally you get on GB when you're a senior, because I was still on England. I was still more on England than I was GB. So to get that like phone call from my dad and find out, and then him send me the email after the run, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I remember texting Simran straight away because she got the email as well. So we was both just so happy.
I mean, it's brilliant. Like you say, that you weren't even like seniors yet, and then all of a sudden, you're on the team. I mean, just talk to me about what age again? Remind us again what age you started out, and did you expect? That's the first thing, and then did you expect to be where you are at this age, or did you expect to wait a little longer?
So I started boxing. I've been in the gym since I was 6 years old, watching my brother train, and then I always picked a few things up from him and like watch, because I was in the gym day in day out. Like that was my life. There was no, oh, I'll go to the park when I was 6 or colouring books. It was, I'm in the gym every day watching my brother. So I've always picked stuff up. And then at 8, I was like, Dad, I really want to start myself now. And he was like, yeah. And at the time, I didn't even know. So when I won my first nationals, I didn't even know what a national title was. I was fighting that fight, and I didn't know what it was to be the best in England. I didn't know what an England team was. So for me, I never knew really. I knew like the sayings, oh, you're the best in England or the nationals. But I didn't, in my head, I never knew what it meant. So to me, GB and all that, I didn't understand it. So to now get on it and like think when I was younger, I used to go, I want to be a national champion and I want to go to the Olympics. To actually be on that pathway and understand it all, I'd never expected it.
It is a tremendous achievement, Gemma. So congratulations for that. I know it's been a while, but like I said, we haven't actually had an interview. But what's really nice is you've just spoken about your dad, Ricky. He obviously is the main man at your gym. He's been putting in the time and effort. He keeps himself quiet on the scene, but he's a bit special, isn't he, as a coach?
Yeah, when he first started, he came from a kickboxing background, so he always wanted me and James to do kickboxing, my brother, but he couldn't kick at all. So he was like, right, we'll transition into boxing, and he opened the gym. He's a very behind the scenes. You won't see him in interviews, you won't see him in photos. He just keeps quiet, even if I'm fighting. He's not a coach to be in the corner shouting instructions and banging on like the tape, like the canvas and stuff. And he won't speak in the corner. He won't even give me instructions until the rest. And he's always been like that. And he's done really, to say like he came from the kickboxing to boxing. My brother was always like a guinea pig, and he got my brother to like the national level and to box for England. And then he's done it with me, like he's seen me through. And now I think we're one of the best clubs in England for female boxing, and we've got quite a few other girls that are European champions. We've got a girl representing Poland. He's done really well, and the other coaches at the club. Yeah.
Tremendous, actually, tremendous. And let's talk about the difference between, so you want England, as you've mentioned, you'd go up at the weekends, wasn't it, for camps? How is it now different? Are you full-time with GB or is it, weekends as well?
Yeah, so with England, it was always, you're 90% your club boxer, so I'm 90% with my dad and everyone else is. And then you do like one camp a month, like one day a month. And then if you have a major tournaments like the Europeans, you'd go from 8 weeks. And in that 8 weeks, every weekend for 3 days, you'd be with England. And then weekends, they'd be very intense because obviously you're not with them for the week. So you put a lot of grafting and a lot of sparring, and it'd be long, tiring days for just one weekend, and you'd be with your club. Where with GB, the transition onto it is, at the start, I was there every other week for 3 days, because I was still a youth, so I was still with England and still like classes like underage for it. They did a transition period for me, Simran and Caroline. So we went every other week for only 3 days instead of 4 days. So it'd be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just for a couple of weeks to get us used to it. And then now I'm there full time, so I'm there every week, Wednesday till Saturday, and it's amazing because you feel very welcome, very quick. You're part of the team, like you're with the same people every week, like you get to know the coaches, the boxers. So going up there, you enjoy it. It's fun.
So you talk about you go on a Wednesday to Saturday, so you've got one crossover. So the others are there Monday to Thursday, aren't they?
Yeah.
So do you have that one day where you get to bash each other up in between?
Yeah, so sometimes you get invited as well. So there was a multi-nations camp, and I got invited for the Monday till thingy, so I was with them all. But the crossover, it's like you come, and that's the day where that team, like the podium potential and the development, will spar the podium, and it's different sparring because normally, obviously, the podium are only with podium, and the development are only with development. So it's a good day because you get more sparring in, more sparring partners, and it's the best sparring in the country. That's the best people there, so it's amazing.
What was it like on the first day, on that first Wednesday, to go in and, you're faced with the best of the best? What was it like for you? Talk me through it, the first day.
I think me and Simran were outside the building, and we were so nervous. Like, just put your head down, get on with it, like you're the new kid. Like, it was so overwhelming as well, like going in there and seeing everyone spar, like see the lads that you've seen, and see the girls like Lauren Price and Pat McCormack, all them training, and you're there like, this is gonna be me now. Like, I'm training with these week in, week out, and it was very overwhelming, but it was amazing, like, to watch it all. And I don't think you realise quite as much, but when you're there, I think you take it for granted a bit. Like, now I've been there for a while, but sometimes I just sit back, and when I'm stretching, I just look around and you look at the coaches there that you've been working with, and it's amazing.
I was talking to Fraser Clark the other day, and he was saying it's really quite tough. Have you found it tough, not just physically, but mentally, to make that adjustment?
Yeah, I think it's hard because you go from being with your club, like I've been with my dad and my club and my teammates there for years. Since I was 6, I've been at that club, like, day in and day out. So to go from that to GB every week and not really spending much time really at all with my club, because after GB you're aching that much from, because it is physically hard. You have a couple of rest days, so I get like one night on my club and it's like back at GB. Like, you've got to travel, you're back there and you're back on them. So I think to get used to my dad's club not being my main club anymore and GB being my main club, really, it was challenging, but now I love it. Like, I love having both of them.
It's actually, I can see a total difference even just in a year, Gemma, to be honest. It's really great to see. You're really blossoming.
Thank you.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. I think, like, when I'm there, I've got like the best of both worlds. I'm with my dad, and I love my dad and my brother. I love training with them so much that I've been with them from the beginning, and they know me the best. And I've got my team there, but I now feel so welcome with GB. And to have so many coaches and give their points of view and, like, to pick you off, like, with stuff and improve you and stuff. I feel like I'm improving so much every week I go there, and then when I come back, my dad notices more things. So I feel like I just got the best of both worlds at the minute with boxing, and I love it, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
That's great. So let's go back to the sparring, because I've been hearing rumours you've been sparring a certain female world champion and bashing them up. Is that true?
Yeah, I've sparred her a few times and done quite well with her.
So are you going to tell the viewers who it is?
I've been sparring Terry Harper, and I think because she lives near me as well, so to go there and spar her, and because she started on England as well and everything, but she was unfortunate not to get on GB, but now she's absolutely flying, and she's setting scenes for the women's boxing, and it's absolutely amazing. So to be able to be involved with her boxing as well, and be able to spar her and be able to hold my own and do good against her, it helps me, and it gives me a bit more confidence as well, because to see what she's doing in the pro game at the minute and see how good she's doing, to know I can spar her and help her out and she can help me out, it's a confident boost for sure.
Yeah. So between you and me, Gemma, no one else is around, keep it between us. Who bashes who up though? Who gets the best of those spots?
Oh, I'm not like this. No, do you know what? I think with me and Terry, I think I'm more experienced with. I've had a lot more fights with her. She had a break of boxing when she went amateur to pro. She was going to quit. So I've had this experience. I've been to the Europeans. I've had that many fights and that much experience. I think for me with it, I'm just a little bit more experienced than her at the minute. But she's very strong. When she hits you can feel it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing. I'm just a little bit more ring smart with her at the minute and sparring. And obviously it's different styles. It's amateur and pro. But we still have really good spars, and I learn a lot from her. So
I'm just going to say to the viewers, anybody that hasn't seen Gemma fight, don't look at that innocent, sweet face and think that she can't have a row, because this kid can have a row. So I'm just telling everybody, I'm seeing loads of love hearts going there, so someone's agreeing with me. So I'm just going to tell the viewers, if you've never seen her, where have you been? Go and have a look on YouTube. So talking about the quarantine period, you know, you're chilling out a little bit more. You're obviously doing your training, chilling out a little bit more. Have you been doing anything sort of different to what you normally would do? Cooking, I don't know, baking, anything?
So for the first week, it was learning. I've been doing different things every week. I'm one of them people that I've got to be busy. I've got to be doing something. And we've not been obviously at GB and like just being stuck in the house. And some of my like the only one that works from home is my dad really, but he's still in and out. So for the first week, I learned how to do a handstand like against the wall and stuff. And baking, I've been baking everything. It's not been good for my weight, and my brother's been complaining. But then this new thing we've got at the minute is my dad is signed up to do a beekeeping course. Like fully like online beekeeping. I don't know where he's got the idea from.
Oh, what, a beekeeper?
A beekeeping. He's gonna get bees because he likes honey. I don't know. He's done it, and we're in a. So me and my cousin, I told my cousin about it, and we just found it that funny that we've joined in. So now we have like bee meetings and like, but we can't take it seriously now because I don't even like honey. I don't like bees. I'm scared of bees, but my dad's gonna get bees, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get my suit. So I've been joining in with his bee stuff.
Well, maybe he just needed something different to boxing. He's used to seeing people just bashing each other up all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's losing his plot a bit, not being at the gym all the time, and he's one of them people that's so interested in every single thing, like music, and he knows random facts. And now it's just he's got an obsession with bees. So I think he wants the whole family to get involved, and my mum's not really happy with it because she don't want bees around the garden. But we'll see where it goes.
Might be a bit of a good business, though.
Yeah,
Never know.
Honey, candles, you can get bee wax melt things. We can get it all.
Do you know?
I've been learning.
So who are you missing the most? I know you've got loads of pals up at GB, but you must be missing the banter and everything. But who are you missing the most?
I'm missing Simran the most. Me and Simran, we met when we were in 2015. We won the national title together, and there was only 4 girls boxing that day. That was it from the whole nationals. And I remember watching her box, and I think she watched me box, but we didn't have a clue who he was. And we both got invited for our England assessment together, and we got roomed. And since that, in 2015, we have been joined to the hip. Call each other every day, every camp. We're together, even on we've been through all every single Europeans, all of our fights, every single England camp, we got on GB together. And I think even at GB now, the coaches will go, if one of us are on our own or one's ill and not there, they'll go, are you missing your friend, or where's your sister? And it's so funny. And I think this is the longest time we've been without each other.
Yeah.
So it's been challenging, but she rings me every day. So
I was going to say, I bet you're all on the phones all the time anyway, aren't you?
All the time. If we're not texting, we're on the phone to each other, and vice versa. So we're still keeping in contact.
That's nice, actually, really nice. So talk to me about a few of your teammates, right? So if I ask you a question, tell me which one is if I ask you who's the best at or who's the worst at, you've got to try and, but you're not allowed to think of the answer. So I'll ask you the question, and you've got to blurt out what first comes into your mind.
Okay.
Who's the most untidiest?
Wait, who am I saying? Out the whole team? Out the whole?
No, just someone in your team.
What, in the GB team?
Yeah.
Untidiest, Shona. Easy, Shona. She's so messy.
Who's the funniest?
Simran.
Who thinks they're the funniest?
Me. I think I'm funny, but Simran beats me.
Who's the fittest?
I'd say physically me, with the running and stuff. Like, I've got quite the engine on me, and that's my style. I'm just aggressive and go. So I think I'm quite fit.
Who's the greediest?
The greediest? Oh my god, I don't even. Shona. She can. We go to dessert bars, yeah. So sometimes we have a little treat, and we'll go to like a place called Rassam's in Sheffield. And me and Simran will get 1 pancake, and we'll eat like half of it and get full. And Shona orders 2, eats 2 of them before we finish one. She's got an appetite on her.
Does she struggle with the weight then?
No, she makes it easy. Yeah,
that's good.
So it's best of both worlds for her.
Who's the most dramatic?
The most dramatic? Oh, I don't know. I don't think there's anyone dramatic on the team.
Somebody that, like, if they lose, or, you know, who throws the toys out the pram?
Who throws the toys? Oh, I don't know. I haven't even seen anyone really on GB fight that much. I've only seen me and Simran, because I haven't been there long enough to be in competitions. But I'll get back to you on that one. I will find out who's the most dramatic.
Okay, you might not be able to, might have to whisper this one to me. Who's the laziest?
The laziest. I think we're all
Not
quite
allowed to think.
I don't. Oh, I'm not good at this game. The laziest.
Okay.
I'd say Simran sleeps all day when she's not training.
Oh, does she?
Oh, she wake up, we'll go for the run. We'll come back, she'll eat, she's asleep. That's it. You can't wake until the next session. We'll train, she'll come back, she'll eat, she's out again. She can have about 4 naps in the day and still sleep from like 10 until 7 in the morning, wake up and be tired. She just sleeps the day away. It's crazy.
But they do say that, you know, one of the best things for us is sleep. Yeah. So maybe.
No, I can't lie. I do have a few cheeky naps myself a day, but just not as much as Simran.
And lastly, who's got the biggest heart?
For me, I think, Simran. She's the most kindest, loving person. Even when she's going through a bad time, she can still cheer you up. Like, she just takes everything in a stride, and she's had a lot going on at the minute, but she just impressed. I don't know how she does it. I really don't.
No. Really nice. So, thinking about this whole quarantine period, it's been quite tough for a lot of people, but have you learned anything about yourself during this time?
I think for me, I'm one of them people that if I'm not training really hard all the time and on it 24/7, I panic. Like, for me, I've just realized that it's not about that. Sometimes it's about taking steps. Sometimes you can do too much. I think in the past, I've always wanted to do too much. Sometimes I can go overboard, and I think now I'm training, and I've always watched my brother. My brother trains like the hardest person I've ever seen train, and I've always looked up and think, if I'm not training as hard as him, I'm not good. But he tells me himself, he's like, Gemma, you don't need to do this at this time. Like, just chill. And I think for me, it's been a good way to just realize that, like, not everything has to be boxing. Like, that's been my life since I was 6, and I've missed out on so much before. And I feel like now this has made me realize, like, yeah, it is, but I can also take a step back, and sometimes it's quality over quantity and stuff. And I think I've really learned that during this.
Do you think, though, you were panicking a little bit because you had that injury, didn't you? I mean, and then that sort of put you back. You came back and fought really well and won a medal, I should say. But is that where the panic comes from?
Yeah, I think I've always been the girl that, I'm naturally fit and, like, I've got the engine and that's my best boxing asset. But for me, skills never come easy. I'm not going to be a pretty one to watch. I'm not very skillful. I've always had to work at that. And for me, it's always, you've got to work hard to get where you are. And I've always had to work hard to be at the top. And I'm one of these people, I'm not like, oh, I've won this fight now. That's it. Like, I'm the best. That's not me. Like, I'm at the best now. I've got to prove I'm the best. And I think I go into overdrive and I panic myself. Like, if I'm not doing this, then I'm going to get knocked off. And with the injury, I remember coming back from the Europeans, and it was like, right, 3 and 4 months, and I was doing nothing for 3 or 4 months. I couldn't punch. I was shadowboxing with one hand and doing the pads, and it's just not the same. So I got put back, and then obviously I had the nationals again. I came back and it was straight into training for the nationals. So I was like, right, I'm 4 months behind now. I should have been training then. But I think it's realising now that 4 months was a good I spoke to Paul at GB, and he was like, this has been a good time for you, like the break, you've needed the break, and you don't have to be 100 miles an hour all the time, and to set back and, like, just maybe do a video analysis instead of actually a session and stuff. But I don't know why, I just panic. I don't know why.
What's great about you opening up about that, though, is that other people that may not talk about that stuff, you know, they may be going through the same thing, Gemma. So, you know, they might have learned something today. And I think all athletes have that side of them, the perfectionist side of them. Yeah. So it's what drives them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm one of the people that when people say, "Oh, nerves," like, do you get nervous and that? And some people go, "No." I'm always like, I get nervous the more fights I have. Like, it's just a natural thing. And I think if someone says they're not nervous, I think they're lying, because I think deep down, if you love that thing and you want to do well with it, you'll get nervous. And I'm not bothered. I'll tell anyone, like, I get nervous, and I've won what I've won, and I've had so many fights, and I still get nervous every single fight, like, more so as it goes on. But I think it's something that we should be open about.
Yeah,
because people go through it.
The thing is as well about the nerve situation is, as long as it doesn't affect your performance, and I don't just mean you, I just mean in general.
Yeah.
So that those nerves get you into the ring, but believe you and me, they don't affect you when you're there and you're boxing.
I think, yeah. So to me, I think having that bit of pressure and the bit of nerves, I think it does you good. Like, I think I'd be worried if I wasn't nervous, because I know you thrive off the nerves, you thrive off the pressure, and it helps me. Anyway, it helps me perform. So I know it's a good thing. I think if I wasn't nervous, I'd be like, am I in love with this sport anymore? Am I like, do I want to be doing this? Like, I think I'd panic more if I wasn't nervous.
Yeah, I agree. What are you the most grateful for during this time?
I think I'm most grateful for my family. Like, when we get time, like, we're so used to being so busy all the time, like, they're at work, I'm never here at GB. So now when they have the days off to work, and we can just spend the time together, like watching, even if it's just watching a series on thingy. I'm such a family person, and I'm so grateful that I found it really hard with my grandma and granddad not being able to see them, because they are, like, I'm the closest to them out of anyone. Like, I see them every single day. When I'm not at GB, even if I'm at GB, I'll ring them, like, all the time, and we'll count down the days until I'm back home so I can see them. So not being able to see them, it's been hard, and I can't wait just to go in there and give them a hug.
Nice, really nice. I mean, there has been some good, I think, that has come out of this whole quarantine period. I have to say, Gemma, yeah, you are really blossoming, and it's great to see. I mean, when you were talking, it's just made me want to get hold of you and squeeze you. But yeah, it's really great to see. Listen, keep safe. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Okay.
And
anytime.
Hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. It's nice speaking to you.
And you, say hi to the family.
I will. See you later.
Bye.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you, so please go ahead and subscribe now.